Most men don't fail loudly. They don't collapse in dramatic fashion. They don't lose everything overnight. They decay, slowly, comfortably, surrounded by people who smile at them. They wake up one day at 40 or 50 and realize something horrifying. They never became who they were supposed to be, and the reason isn't lack of talent. It isn't lack of intelligence. It isn't even bad luck. It's environment. There are places a man can stand in that quietly drain his ambition, dull his instincts, and put his future to sleep. These places feel safe. They feel familiar. They feel normal. That's what makes them lethal. Machiavelli warned that a man's ruin rarely comes from his enemies. Enemies sharpen you. Enemies force evolution. A man is destroyed by the places where he feels comfortable enough to stop growing. You think you're just hanging out. You think you're networking. You think you're being social. You're wrong. You're walking into psychological traps every single day, and you don't even see the wires. Today, I'm going to expose 7 environments that quietly erase a man's future. If you're standing in even one of them right now, you're not resting. You're being harvested. 1. The sympathy circle. This is where most men die long before they're buried. You know this place well. It's the group chat where everyone complains, the bar where nothing changes, the dinner table where people vent but never plan. The currency here is shared frustration, complaints, excuses, trauma bonding. At first, it feels good. You speak about your problems and people nod. They say, "Yeah, man, I get it." You feel understood. But here's the truth most men never realize. That relief you feel is not healing. It's sedation. Every time you complain in this circle, you leak power. You reveal your weaknesses. You teach people exactly where you break. You think they're listening to help you. They're not. They're listening because your struggle makes their stagnation feel acceptable. When someone says, "Yeah, life is hard," they're not supporting you. They're validating mediocrity. In the house of pity, no one wants a winner. A winner is dangerous. A winner is an accusation. So they keep you tired. They keep you emotional. They keep you venting instead of building. This environment trains your brain to seek sympathy instead of solutions, to value being heard instead of being respected. A man who is comfortable being pitied can never be feared, and a man who is not feared is never sovereign. We are told vulnerability is strength. That's a half-truth. In the world of power, uncontrolled vulnerability is a map handed to your enemies. Every conversation is either leverage or surrender. If you're not discussing strategy, growth, or execution, you are likely admitting defeat. The sympathy circle is a graveyard for ambition. It feels warm, it feels human, and it will kill you quietly. 2. The table of unearned respect. This is the trap disguised as success. You finally get invited into higher status rooms, VIP dinners, exclusive events, rooms full of men who seem powerful. They laugh at your jokes. They're polite. They ask your opinion on things that don't matter. You feel like you've arrived, but Machiavelli would look at you and see a mascot. You are present, but you are not powerful. You are tolerated, not respected. You are decoration. They like you because your presence validates their status. You make them feel generous. But when real decisions are made, money, power, risk, you're invisible. This environment kills hunger. You start dressing like them, talking like them, acting like them, but your leverage doesn't change. You become addicted to proximity instead of ownership, prestige instead of power. You stop building because you feel important. This table doesn't elevate you, it pacifies you. And the moment you stop serving their ego, your seat disappears. 3. The echo chamber of low-level winners. This one feeds your ego instead of your insecurity. You're the smartest guy in the room, the most successful in your old circle, the one everyone asks for advice. You feel dominant, and that's exactly why it's dangerous. When everyone around you is beneath you, you stop sharpening your blade. You stop learning. You stop evolving. Applause replaces pressure. These people don't challenge you. They celebrate you because your success makes them feel connected to achievement without earning it. But the moment you step into a higher arena, you realize how soft you become. Being a king in a room of losers is just a slower way to fail. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. This environment trades growth for comfort, and ambition rots from the inside. 4. The sunken cost relationship. This is where men sacrifice their future to justify their past. A relationship, a business, a partnership, a social circle. It stopped working years ago, but you stay because of how much you've already invested. You call it loyalty. You call it perseverance. It's fear. Fear of admitting wasted time. Fear of starting over. Fear of the void. But here's the rule of power. Time already spent is gone. It has zero value in the present. The only question that matters is, will the next hour produce a return? If the answer is no, and you stay anyway, you are no longer strategic. You are sentimental. This environment keeps you reactive, emotionally drained, and distracted. Power requires the ability to be ruthless with your own history. If you cannot walk away from dead weight, you are not in control of your life. 5. The stage of false status, the debt trap. This is the most visible modern trap, the lifestyle you can't afford, the car, the watch, the clothes, the social circle that requires spending to belong. You are performing success instead of building it. And performance is expensive. This environment forces you into permanent defense. You can't be honest. You can't take risks. You can't slow down. One bad month and the illusion collapses. Machiavelli warned that a ruler who spends excessively to maintain image eventually destroys himself. Looking rich is the fastest way to stay poor. Here, your status comes from consumption, not production. You trade leverage for validation. You become a slave wearing a gold-plated chain, and you paid for it yourself. 6. The arena of the middle ground neutrality feels safe. It's not. Trying to please everyone, refusing to take sides, avoiding conflict. Machiavelli was ruthless about this. Neutrality is the refuge of the weak. When you stand in the middle, you lose the respect of winners and the trust of losers. No one knows where you stand, so no one relies on you. You become invisible. Power requires conviction, clarity, risk. It is better to be hated by half the room and respected by the other half than liked by everyone and trusted by no one. 7. The ghost of your hometown. This is the final gate. The people who knew you before growth, old friends, extended family, the ones who remember the smaller version of you. They don't want you to change. Your evolution threatens their comfort, so they remind you of who you used to be. They joke, they minimize, they pull you backward. A man cannot become sovereign in a room full of people who remember him as manageable. The price of your next life is the death of your old one. If you don't leave this environment, physically or psychologically, it will haunt every future you try to build. You stayed in these places because you feared the cold, the silence, the isolation of sovereignty. But now you see it. Every room either sharpens you or dulls you. Every interaction either builds leverage or drains it. There is no just hanging out. There is only growth or harvest. Once you see the traps, going back is a choice, and choosing comfort over evolution is choosing failure. Leave the warm rooms, enter the cold ones. That's where kings are built. Like, share and subscribe my channel for more videos.